Alright, I'm going to use the MiniCad to design a tool, a simple D tool or a circle with a flat on it. Um, I'm going to start with a line, and I'm going to start that line at the 0, 0 point, which I ensure by putting the percent sign 0, semicolon 0, and now I've got my line starting at 0, 0. I'm going to want that line to go straight out um, for a while, so I'm going to put it in orthographic mode, and I'm going to make that line, let's say, 2 inches long. All right. Um, you'll notice that I pan or zoom in and out while I'm working. Sometimes the image isn't quite right. Sometimes extra stuff is there and is or isn't lost, and it gets redrawn when you zoom in and out. So that can be a helpful hint. All right, so I'm going to draw a circle. I started at the center point here at 0, 0. I'm going to make it 3/4 of an inch 0, so I got a radius of 0.375. All right, and now I want to put a flat on the bottom. One thing you should always keep in mind is when you're designing tools for punch or burn, that if that tool is symmetrical, it should be symmetrical about the y-axis. In other words, if there was a line going through here, it would be the same on either side. All right, so I want to put a flat down at the bottom here. I'm going to take that line that I've got, and I'm going to create another line parallel to it, and I want that 0.2 inches from the center, which is where that line emanates from. So I'm going to put in 0.25 inches. Parallel to what? Parallel to this line. On which side? On there. I don't need this center line anymore. It's not going to be in the tool. I'm going to move this line so that it crosses both sides of the circle. Move it from the end point. Move what? From the end point to its midpoint. All right. I've got my line. It's 1/4 of an inch from the center. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this break line command, all right, or right click, and I'm going to specify that this is the break line, and it shows me that I've broken the circle at this location and at this location, and that the circle is got another break. A circle is actually an arc that goes 360 degrees starting at the 0 degree point. So we're going to delete the parts that we don't need. I'm going to delete this line. That line is still complete. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to undo that delete. I also believe that there's an element here that I don't want. Yes, okay. I want just a single arc there. Make the drawing with as few elements as possible. It's important for matching. If this tool was gonna be matching from information coming in from on DXFs, you'd want it to be drawn with a single arc, which is how it's gonna come in. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to join these elements together. I'm going to join the line. Notice that I select the line in the area where the line that I want. In other words, I want this part of the line, but I don't want that part, and I don't want that part of the line. So I'm going to select here and here, and and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select in an area where I want that to remain. Okay, and now I've got my D tool. So I want to save that. So I hit save as, and I'm going to put it in my tools directory under punch and burn, where you see there's other tools. Now I can either save it as a geometry file, or I can save it as a DXF file. Punch and burn will load a DXF file first. If there's two files of the same name in the tools directory, it will choose the DXF file. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to change this as a geometry file, and I'm going to call this D-75-25. All right, and that's confirmed. That's up there. Okay, that's it.